Students, class 12th, today we will discuss about electric capacitance. As we know, each conducting body having capacity to store the charge, and the capacity of storing the charge is depend on various factors. We will discuss about them later on. The capacity of storing the charge by a conductor, that is called capacitance. As we know that as charge given to a conductor, its potential increases, that is Q proportional to V. Now if we take proportionality constant, that is Q is equal to CV, and this C is called capacitance. C is called capacitance. How can we define mathematically? What are the mathematical definition of capacitance? Capacitance of a conductor is the ratio of given charge and respective potential. Given charge and respective potential. Its unit in CGS system. Unit of charge in CGS system, as you know, ESU, electrostatic unit, and potential difference, stat volt, and it is called stat farad. And in SI, unit of charge, coulomb, and potential difference volt, coulomb per volt, that is farad. Farad is the SI unit of capacitance, and stat farad is CGS unit of capacitance, where 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb by 1 volt. Change coulomb into ESU, so 3 into 10 to the power 9 ESU, and volt into stat volt, it is 1 upon 300 stat volt, and it is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 11 ESU stat volt, and which is stat farad. It means 1 farad is equal to 9 into 10 to the power 11 stat farad. It is relation between CGS and SI unit of capacitance. Its dimension of charge, current into time, dimension of voltage, work done upon charge, as you know, V is equal to W upon Q, so it is AT, and charge, it is also AT, work M1 L2 T minus 2, so its dimension become M minus 1 L minus 2 T become 4 A2. This is the dimension of electric capacitance. So what is its unit? Fundamental unit, it is second power 4 ampere square per kg meter square, and it is equivalent to farad. So it is the relation between fundamental unit and SI unit. Then what are the factors on which capacitance depend? Number 1, size of conductor. As you know, if given charge is equal to constant, then potential is inversely proportional to size of conductor. means if charge is constant, then if the size of conductor is more, then its potential that will be less. And since Q is inversely proportional to V, therefore C is directly proportional to size of conductor. Size of conductor means if the size of conductor is more, then its capacitance will be more. Second factor, shape of conductor. Shape of conductor, because the capacitance of different shape capacitor is different. This also depend on shape of the conductor. Number 3, presence of a conductor near to charged conductor. Near to charged conductor. It means if an uncharged conductor kept close to charged conductor, then the capacitance of charged conductor get increased, because few charge of the charged conductor get leads to uncharged conductor. It means it is directly proportional. Correct? And fourth factor, medium that present around the conductor. So as you know, V is inversely proportional to dielectric constant of the medium, and C is inversely proportional to V. Therefore, C is directly proportional to epsilon r. Means capacitance of a condenser is directly proportional to dielectric constant of the medium that present in between the plates of condenser. If the dielectric constant of the medium that present in between the plates of condenser is more, then the capacitance of that condenser that will be more. And since dielectric constant of the metal is supposed to be infinite, and if a metal is present in between the plate of condenser, then its capacitance is ideally supposed to be infinite, but practically it is very high. So these are the few factors on which capacitance of a conductor, or you can say of a condenser, is dependent. So these are the factors on which the capacitance of conductor depends. Let's see capacitance of an isolated sphere. Capacitance of an isolated spherical conductor. Suppose we have a spherical conductor of radius r. When charge plus q is given to it, then whole given charge get uniformly distributed on its surface. Whole charge get distributed on its surface. If it is good conductor, so whole charge will present on its surface. And this positive charge is supposed to be concentrated at the center of the sphere. Therefore, potential at each point on the surface of a sphere, it is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r. This is the potential at each point of the sphere. So what is the capacitance of this isolated spherical conductor? Since C is equal to q upon v, that is q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r. It become 4 pi epsilon 0 capital R. Since in CGS system, for air, if medium is air, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 is equal to 1. Therefore, 4 pi epsilon 0 is also equal to 1. And if it is 1, so C is equal to capital R. It means in CGS system, capacitance of an isolated spherical conductor is numerically equal to the radius of sphere. Potential energy of a charged conductor. Potential energy of a charged conductor. Suppose the total charge that given to the conductor is Q. But as you know, total charge cannot be given at the same time. So suppose if its first segment dq is given to conductor. So what happened? Earlier, when no any charge is present in the conductor, its potential it was 0. But as first segment of the charge dq is given to the conductor, its potential increases. And when last segment of the charge is given to conductor, its potential raised up to V. Initially its potential was 0, and when last segment reached in conductor, then its potential raised up to V, means potential varying from 0 to V. So suppose when first segment dq is given to the conductor, then what is the work done? And dw is equal to V dq. This is the small amount of work done when charge dq is given to conductor. So what is the net work done when whole charge reached up to the conductor? Clear? So for this purpose we will integrate it. Integration of dw is equal to integration of V dq, and its potential increased from 0. Suppose charge from 0 to q. This is the total work done, and now integrate it. As you know, since q is equal to Cv, suppose this is the capacitance of conductor, so V is equal to q by C. Instead of V here, write down q by C. Therefore, integration of dw is equal to integration from 0 to q by C dq. And C is the capacitance which remains same, so it's supposed to be constant, so 1 upon C. Integration of q with respect to q, it is q square by 2, and limit is varying from 0 to q. So net work done is equal to q square by 2c, and this work done is called potential energy. The stored potential energy become 1 upon 2 q square by c. Let's see another form of stored potential energy. As you know, q is equal to Cv. Since q is equal to Cv, and if instead of q we write Cv, then potential energy become 1 upon 2 c square v square by c. C get cancelled. Potential energy become half Cv square. This is very important formula. Write down q by v. So it become potential energy is equal to half q by v into v square. Half q by v into 1 v get cancelled. So potential energy is equal to half Q into V. It is another form of stored potential energy in capacitance. So three different form of stored potential energy. One in terms of Q and C, second in terms of C and V, and third in terms of Q